going to be talking to one of the owners of Cherry Blossom Intimates. I'm excited because I enjoy Jasmine so much. Her personality, I love her eye for fashion. I just enjoy, one, speaking to her because she is a woman about her business. Like, she is a CEO. I love it. I fucking love it. Like, I love her. And I'm so glad that she's going to be coming in. And here she is. And I'm so excited. Okay, so we're about to get ready. And we are ready.
Hey!
Hey, gorgeous. How are you? Yes, to the project.
Girl.
Come through. You glowing.
Thank you. We need to talk. Oh, y'all are so sweet with all these hearts. We need to talk about how, like, natural beauty is. Everything is closed.
Uh-oh. Oh, we having some challenges. Okay, go ahead. What'd you say now? Oh no, hold on. What's going on? Hold on. We having some technical difficulties. Okay.
Is that
Hold
better?
on. Girl, yes. Okay, that's better.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I need to be on Wi-Fi or off Wi-Fi.
Okay. Thank you, girl. She said we quarantine cute. Listen, this is for video purposes only. This is video purposes only. That's it. Because I've had the roll that's around my waist on all day. So for right now. And my hair is because it's just okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I mean, everything is closed. So, yeah, hair has to be like we're doing a natural thing. We're doing a natural nail,
Yes.
natural lashes, no beat, no glam, but it's fine. We're surviving.
It's okay. You look good. You look rested.
Thank you. So do you. You look so great and comfortable and empowering, like with that t-shirt, all of that, girl.
Listen, the girls is hanging. They hanging. I'm not even doing that anymore. I don't know when the last time I actually had on a bra that I can think about. I don't remember.
Really?
Yes. Like
y'all are breaking my heart without your bras on. Hey, Bright. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all, are y'all wearing bras during quarantine or not? Because I just went through this whole year of selling y'all bras, and they're at home in the drawer.
Well, I mean, technically, like, okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. Because I was gonna try to. I was really gonna try to be like, but you know what? But you're right. Like, if I'm going out, I will still put on like a sweatshirt, so it's heavier material, so I don't have to. If I'm going out, I'm walking around the block. Literally, that's all I'm doing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no bras. Hell no, no bras. Okay. What are we doing this all for? This bra's from CBI, by the way.
I remember that one.
Yeah, wire free, super easy to wear, comfortable.
And those look good too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I need to, see, we talked about that because I remember you like, well, I sell bras. And I was like, you're right, you do. I forgot. You do.
Yeah, we have comfortable ones too. So
you do. And they fit so well. When I tell you, I was talking to a client today and I was describing the store because she had not been in the store. And I was like, I'm not a pink person, but I like that pink. I said, when I walk in, it's like you feel that you're in a spa, like an oasis, and it's so nice, especially the moss one. Like, I've never thought of that. Like, my sister does that with children's chairs. I was like, I didn't know you could make a wall out of it.
Yes, we have a living, breathing 10-foot wall made out of moss, tree moss. That's like the highlight of the boutique. The moss wall is really the star of the show, honestly.
It is. It really is.
That's everyone's favorite friend is the moss wall. Me and the team, we're just there for decoration, pretty much.
But I still love the team though because you rock it. You always feel. I remember I said, when you go in, you always feel that you are part of something larger than yourself. Hey, gorgeous, how are you?
Hi
So
guys.
you just always feel nice. Like my sister's on. I'm like, yes, when you come down, I have to take you. Because my mom, she continues to talk about that bra she bought. Like she's
Good.
never been fitted like that before. I gotta go back. I was like, okay, we can do
That's
that.
what we love to hear. That's what we love to hear. We love that our girls are happy with their purchases, and we love that they feel spoiled and taken care of. Which is why I love you so much and the mission
Thank you.
that you have to empower Black women in boudoir, letting Black women feel sexy. Yes, and I've never come across someone whose brand was so specific in that regard. Someone who cared so much about the femininity and sex appeal of Black women and us embracing it. It's always what I felt, and I'm so glad that the world brought us together because
Yeah.
yeah, your vibes are amazing. So if you guys don't know her, I know some of my friends I think haven't met you yet, but you have got to work with the O Experience and do your boudoir photo shoot.
Well, I forgot we just started talking and did not introduce. So, hopefully, that's how it happens. So please, and then I'm fine with introducing myself, but please tell us who you are.
Yes. Hi, guys. I'm here talking about my bra and everything.
Yes.
My name is Jasmine Jones. I'm CEO of Cherry Blossom Intimates. It's the first of its kind breast health facility and intimates boutique located in Prince George's County, Maryland. So we're really the first boutique in the nation to cater to all women, regardless of their bra size or their breast cancer status. We have bras in over 200 sizes. We have A through N cup and 28 bands through 54 bands. And we also help breast cancer survivors by fitting them for prosthetics. And we specialize in custom prosthetics. So using 3D printing and scanning technology, we can build a woman a brand new breast that looks just like the breast she's lost to cancer. So we house all of that in a very glamorous boutique right outside of Washington, D.C. If you're familiar with the area, it's near FedEx Field in the Woodmore Town Center. And we've been open for a little over a year. We're currently closed due to quarantine. However, we are shipping online orders, which has been so great. People have been very supportive in the past month. So our business is still continuing on, and our survivors are still being able to receive their products as well, even though we can't physically see them. So, I kind of feel like COVID is the worst thing that could happen, and also maybe a little bit of the best thing that could happen in a certain way. And barring the sicknesses and disease that's happening across the world, I think that for the people who have their health, it's really been a time for us to sit and be reflective and plan for the future. So we've been able to do that, even though our doors are closed. So.
Yes, that's true. We had that conversation as well. Let me stop. I'm about to go on a tangent. Because you know how we do.
Yeah.
So I am Alicia. So welcome, because we're on the live together. And what I do is I empower Black women to really define what their version of sexy is. And whatever that version of sexy is, if it's, showing their skin or being modest, doesn't matter what it is, but I allow them to have a space where they can be vulnerable and do that and take off we have our weights that we have on being Black women that we carry around with us for protection. So I offer a space for you to take that off and really just be yourself. And whatever femininity is for you, you get to explore that and be safe in a space where they're all Black women who are there to support you. That's what I do.
I love that. I wish I could hit my little heart because I would.
That's exactly what I do. And I've been on podcasts recently because I've been still working. I'm never turning it off. And I have had to say that over and over again. So it's become that okay, so this is that. And it was funny as I was watching you express what you do, that switch. That switch was really okay, so this is that. And I'm just okay, now we're back to what we do. But I think it's important for us. That's why I was so excited, when we, like you said, when we connected, because we both talk about how Black women deserve luxury, and we don't get to experience that because we are not shown that unless it's a rap video or some bull. So we don't get to see luxury that's just for us, about us. And we just have that space to be yes, I paid for this. It's mine. What do you mean? Yes, it's mine. But I'm gonna stop talking because I want you to talk about, you know, lingerie and stuff. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that exact same way. I really felt inspired when we created the boutique from an experience I had shopping in Paris. I don't know if I told you this.
You did not. I'm ready to listen.
Okay. I went to Paris the summer before we opened, and we were on our way to opening. And I went into Agent Provocateur, which is a high-end lingerie boutique.
I love this stuff.
Yes, I went to the one on Rue Cambon, which is the same street that Chanel is on their flagship. It was very, very luxe. And I stepped in. They offered me beverages. They offered me chocolate on a tray. They remembered what I liked as I was browsing through the boutique, and they brought it to me after they found out my size. And I remember thinking, like, Black women deserve that experience in Prince George's County, like, across the nation, of course.
Yeah.
But in Prince George's County, especially, like, we need to be acknowledged in that way. We're special and beautiful too. And any of my friends who are on here and just people who know me in real life know that I believe Black women deserve beautiful things and deserve the best. And not that other people don't, but I think that it's time for us to really step into that and be showered with it and realize what we deserve and how beautiful and special we are and how we're so wonderfully made. So that's been sort of a recurring theme through this business, is like, you deserve nice things. And I don't know if we say that to ourselves enough. Like, girl, I've been thinking about all kinds of stuff since you started to go live. But I have just so many thoughts about the way we feel about our body and the lingerie that we choose and why we choose it and the people that we're allowing in our space.
Listen, that's a whole word.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, the people we're allowing in our space, the people we're allowing within our bodies. I think that there should be much more conversation about that, setting a standard that's high, and that if you're not receiving that, being okay with walking away. I don't know if we're having those conversations enough, but that to me is part of the lingerie experience as well, right? So not that you're choosing this for a partner because you think this is what they'll love, but because you're choosing it because your partner respects you and you want to honor them and honor yourself. So those are just some of my thoughts that come around lingerie. I can continue on and on and on, but we deserve nice things. And that's the reason why we're here, is CBI is here to give it to them, and the O Experience is here to give it to them.
No, I agree with that, because, you know, I'm all about, like, yes, you should like expensive things, but you should also understand the quality. Because one of the things that I really, really enjoyed when I first came into, first of all, I was late. That's the first thing. I was late. When I first came in, I was late because I had been watching the store. I remember I called my sisters. I was so excited. When I literally saw the store, I think I was going to Nordstrom Rack, and I called my sisters. I was like, oh my God, they are opening up a lingerie store. And they were like, what? I was like, nah, this is serious. They're opening up a lingerie store. I'm so excited. And then I remember I was just like, okay, I put the date in my phone. I was like, it says summer, so I'm going to put summer in my phone. So I think I put I don't remember when I put it in, but I put it in and I was like, oh God, I cannot believe this I was so excited because I had gone to another event and there was a young lady, a Black young lady who was doing lingerie, but it was like 2 hours. And I was like, nobody's driving 2 hours to figure out what they're going to wear. It's not going to happen. And so when I saw your store, and then when I tell you that when you walk in, it is an experience, because I remember when I walked in, like, everyone was so pleasant. Everyone was like, how are you? Like, what can I get you with? And it was the first time. And every time I've gone in, it's always the same thing. Like, it's always, I mean, I know y'all probably know my face by now, but that's neither here nor there. But even for like the other women that I bring in, or women who, when I'm there and they come in, and I love that, you know, when you spoke about the lingerie and you spoke about it with such passion. And that's what I want, because when I speak about my photography and when I speak about the women that I help, it's important to me to align my brand with people who are, you know, they love what they do and they do it with such, you know, such passion that, you know, they can't help to do anything else, because that's what they love. Like, you love helping women and Black women and want Black women to be fabulous, because we create trends. Like, literally, we create trends, even though they don't give us credit. That's another story for another day. But like they don't give us that space to say we created this and you just, you colonized it, as they say
Right.
now. But I love when you talked about, like how you sourced everything and what that was. So I'm gonna shut up and drink my wine and let you talk.
No, you're fine. Right. So in regards to sourcing, we sit down twice a year with the designers for these collections that we carry, and we talk to them about our girls specifically and what our customers are looking for, who they are, their body type. We make sure to speak up for brown women. If they show us something that's nude and is beige, we call it beige to their face. So
Yeah.
the line sheet might say nude, and we'll say, okay, so beige is not going to work for us. Because it's important. I want to be that voice for women who don't have a chance to talk to designers who have collections. And what I was actually seeing, it's about a 50-50 split. Some of these designers are really excited to branch into what's perceived as a new market, which is diversity. Brown skin is a new market for them. But others see it more so as a trend. So right around 2016, it got really hot to have intimates, hosiery in different skin tones. And now suddenly you don't really hear about it as much. And what I'm seeing is that they're kind of phasing those colors away. And which is particularly disappointing. So because of that, I'm really excited that I'll be launching a line in the coming months. Thank you. Specifically for women who've experienced breast cancer, and inclusive sizing and coloring, but then soon it'll branch into everybody. So
that's so exciting. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I've been spending my quarantine
Lord.
really digging deep into that and developing that. So that's to come. But we do have some great designers who care about women of color and who prioritize our bodies and who realize that a 38 band is not big in our world. And for those people and those companies, we invest. And the other ones, we don't. So there might have been brands that you've seen that we carried when we first opened, we don't carry anymore. It's because they just thought diversity was a trend. So unfortunately, we had to phase them out because they didn't really get with it. But I really hope that our company continues to be the place that all women feel included and beautiful. A company that's innovative, that's always looking towards the future. What does mastectomy look like in the future? What do the bodies of women look like in the future? And continue to have that conversation around these fantastic experiences. My favorite thing is when a grandmother who's had breast cancer, a mom who's plus size, and the daughter who's like teeny, when they all come in and they all find something that they like and they all walk out with bags and no one knows who had what. Like that's a perfect day for me. So anyway, I'm here to talk about lingerie.
That's how my lives work. If you not seen us, you need to get the program. And that's what was funny when you were talking about, being allowed to be in our bodies, because the last maybe 2 or 3 lives I've done have been with other Black women, because I only have Black women on here. You already know how that works. That have really we've talked about Black bodies and Black women and sexuality. We had Lita from Gentle on, who, check her out. She's amazing. Who was talking about, vaginal health and what that looks like and how you take care of yourself. And so, we had Camilla on, who was also talking about, body. We were talking about senses. That's going to come out. Listen, you're going to use some of that with you in your quarantine day. Okay. If y'all want to know how to enhance your 5 senses, that's coming out next week.
Okay, I'm ready.
Listen. Some stuff I was like, I didn't know this was possible.
I just need to know if the viewers are ready. Are all the viewers ready for this 5 senses experience?
Craziness. So I'm gonna just stop talking. Go ahead. I'm writing. I got my notebook ready. So okay. I'm ready.
Well, rewinding. I think the most important thing to consider when choosing lingerie is less of your partner and more of yourself. Because I think that when you feel comfortable and confident in what you're showing up in, that it shows. And that doesn't even necessarily mean that it has to be for presentation. It has to be to put on a show for someone. I'm all about wearing your lingerie and your intimates that feel sexy to you and beautiful to you underneath your regular clothes, because I think that it gives you a really great energy, almost like you have a secret within yourself that other people might not know. And that could be something as fun and as daring as like a cupless bra. So like the wired styles, but the cups are out. I love that. I also think it's fun to do a cool panty. So we love backless panties at the boutique. They're our #1 sellers.
Listen,
That's the
and
thing.
the colors
Let
that
me
they
grab my
have,
tea. How about that?
the colors that they have, first of all,
Yeah. So we
and they
carry
got the size.
a
They
lot
have
of
your
backless
size.
panties. Yes, we carry a lot of backless panties and they always sell out. But doing a really great backless panty if you want to like spice it up and do a backless panty under a skirt. But I think that those kind of little details can really add in a sense of confidence. So you have a little pep in your step. It might be the perfect bra that you have on under a power suit that makes you just feel like you're about to go dominate the meeting. It's just about those little power details that you have underneath. So #1, it doesn't have to be for somebody else. Let's just make that clear. It's just about you. What makes you feel good, what makes you feel excited, what makes you feel confident and supported. #2, I think what's important is fit. So we meet a lot of women who come into the boutique and they're like, so do you have a triple D? Because I'm a triple D and I know it's really big, but I don't know if you have my size. And I'm like, we have a triple D, but I can 100% guarantee that's not your size, girl.
And I've seen that happen. Like I've watched that happen in the boutique as well.
It happens every day. But it's
Crazy.
because most stores only carry up to a triple D, which is which is like an F cup. So people think that because they're getting the biggest thing that is their size, when more often than not, it's not their size. Our average bra size that we sell is a 40 band and a G cup. So I highly recommend coming into the boutique and actually getting fit for something that works for you. Because when you wear a bra that fits it, you carry yourself differently. You carry yourself with a lot more poise, a little less bounce. Your girls are where they're supposed to be. They're typically lifted. So the gore of your bra is this piece that sits at the center. It should lay flat. Talk about the awesome fittings. Yes. Thanks, y'all. Y'all so sweet. This is called the gore of your bra. It should lay flat against your chest wall in a wired bra. And that's how you know that both of your cups are the appropriate size. And what we typically see is the women's cups are too small. So, yeah. So because of that, they're having pain, discomfort. They might go to the doctor, think that maybe they have breast cancer or something wrong with them. And actually, it's just because their bra wire is digging into their breast tissue, which is grossly uncomfortable. So you want to be fit properly. Another thing I see is women who think that they are a 38 band, because 38 is typically the biggest size that you see in some of these very sexy big box stores. But you're probably larger than a 38. Most women are. And there's no shame in it. What really matters is that it actually fits. So you can tell it doesn't fit if it's digging into your side, digging into your back, if it's leaving deep indentations, if you're turning red, if you're showing like a bit of a rash underneath because of rubbing, that means it's too small. If your band is riding up in the back, that actually means that your band is too big. So you're going to want to go down in the band size. Another thing that I see in regards to fit is the strap digging. So your strap should not dig deep into you. You should not have indentations. Most of the support of a bra comes from around the band, which is here. So your strap shouldn't be doing very much work in keeping your girls lifted. So just keep those things in mind. Actual fit of the bra is super important and is going to lend you a lot of a more pleasurable experience throughout life in general, not just in makeup.
Because I've seen that. I've seen
Yeah.
women with it, like you can see, like
Mhm.
it's there, almost like a permanent mark on their shoulders.
Yeah. And it's ridiculously uncomfortable for them. And the only women that I've seen where it sort of kind of makes sense is women who are above like N cup
Hmm.
or an O cup, because their breast tissue is just so heavy that it's really hard for the band to do that much work. But most women aren't that large. So there's no reason why you should have deep shoulder indentations to support your breasts. So that is what I see. Another thing I see is women who complain about their breast tissue being too heavy for them and bras being too uncomfortable, but they know they want to get a breast reduction, but they choose not to for whatever reason. They've been putting it off. I honestly think that a breast reduction can be a form of self-care. More often than not, it's covered by your insurance provider. And if you're having back pain, if your shoulders are slumping, if you're in intense levels of discomfort, talk to your doctor about minimizing your breasts. For some women, even if they lose the weight, get to their goal weight, they're still going to have very heavy breasts. It's bad for your health. So please talk to your doctors, ladies, if you feel that to be an issue. I don't have that problem. I am
I don't
a
either.
B cup. I know people are like, Jasmine, you sell these bras all day long. What do you know? I'm like, I know because I talk to women all day long. And if the shoe were on the other foot, if it were me, I would always, always, always opt for a breast reduction. And I also think that it's important to talk to your doctor sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because what I hear from my customers is that they go to their doctor and complain about breast pain, and their doctor tells them, well, let's just monitor it for a few months. It's not an immediate decision. So yeah, as soon as you're feeling like something's wrong, let them know that it's really an issue. Tell them that you're concerned about future shoulder slump. That's a key word. Future back pain, future spinal injuries. Those kind of keywords are what will make their ears perk up and take you seriously. If you just say my boobs are really heavy, they'll just say, oh, go get a different bra, especially if your doctor is a man. So
I was going to say that, like, we know how it is in the medical profession for us. So I could just imagine if you were just coming in talking about that, they'd be like, okay, Ann, like, okay.
yeah.
So you said shoulder slump, back pain. What was the other one?
Really mainly shoulder slump and back pain. I think I said, spinal discomfort.
Spinal discomfort. Okay. Because I think when you have the knowledge, it's so much easier to have that conversation, and they cannot put you to the side because you're like, no, let me tell you this so you understand what I'm saying.
Exactly that. Exactly. Shoulder slump is a big thing to say. That's an issue that we typically.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Was that better?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you now.
I have an Instagram limit, so I like put my Instagram on a daily timer, and they were like, Jasmine,
we are on quarantine. You can't do that anymore.
They're like, Jasmine, you've had enough Instagram for the day.
I took mine off. I had to take it off. Mine was like, you've been on for 11 hours. Like, what are you doing? Like, ma'am, you need to cut this out now.
Oh my gosh. But yes, the comfort of your bra is super important, and the way that your bra fits is paramount to you enjoying yourself and having a good and happy life. All right, so I talked about how you need to choose.
Hold on, I have it in my notes.
Did I talk about the right partner?
Yep, you did.
Okay.
Think about less of your partner. Fit is important. Those are the two. And then we were just talking about what to say to the doctor, about how to have that conversation so they take you seriously.
Right. Okay, perfect. All right, and the next thing we can talk about is sexy time. So, so I think I see a lot of women who come in and they're like, I really want to get his favorite color. I love that idea. Except if your man has a weird favorite color like orange. I had a girl who really was looking for something orange. I'm like, orange is a challenge.
It's just a random color, though.
We'll make it work. I guess you didn't find anything anyplace else.
It's random.
Orange is tough in the lingerie world. I love when their favorite color is like blue or green because we
Yes.
always end up having something teal that makes it really fun, or a blue
Mhm.
panty. But I would definitely recommend that. Find out his favorite color and or her favorite color, your partner's favorite color, and show up in the favorite color. Have that on underneath. I think subconsciously it makes them maybe even like you a little bit more when you're wearing their favorite color. They can't really figure out why or pinpoint what it is that you know is attracting them to you, but it's because it's the colors that they're wearing. So I love that. Definitely pick a favorite color. And I'll talk about maybe like body styles and body shapes and issues.
Yeah.
So
That's
if
big.
you have smaller breasts, flatter at the top and fuller on the bottom, I love a demi bra or a balconette, and especially a demi bra or balconette baby doll, because your girls will sit up nice and high, and your stomach can be kind of camouflaged, and then it's all about legs from there on, legs and booty. So if you're a little smaller, demi or balconette, if you're trying to cover your midsection, I would recommend a actual corset if you can get into one. But we do sometimes have ladies who their midsection is a little larger. So I have a few different tricks for how to camouflage that. For how to camouflage that. Number one, they can do a baby doll as well. So something with an empire waistline that comes here and then flares out at the waist is really great. Another thing is to do a satin robe or a lace robe on top. Tie the robe, and then when it comes time for you to take it off, leave the tie tied. Does that make sense? So like take it off the shoulder so your girls are showing, lift it up, whatever, but keep the midsection tied. That's really fun. And another point would just be to highlight it, and not be afraid to show it off. We do waist bead tying in the boutique, which is a really fun way to put jewelry around your waist. No matter what size you are, you can have beads around your waist. I think it's very American centered for us to always have these like very flat stomachs. In other cultures, I know in the Indian culture, for instance, they embrace having a little bit of curve on your stomach. Like that's a sexy thing. I would love for us to get back into it. And I think a way to do that is to highlight your body and your waistline through jewels, through belly button piercings, through decoration. You can even do fun henna, like on your lower back. Or like little gem jewels down below. Like there's just so many ways. Waist beads. Yes, girl.
Yeah. Listen, I have like 5 on.
Yes, I have 2 on. One of mine has popped since quarantine, but I have 2 remaining.
You know what that means?
I know it means that it's done its job.
Yes. Yes, exactly. 'Cause 2 of mine did the same thing, and I was like, "What the hell?" So see.
Yeah, it's done its job, but waist beads are such a sensual and beautiful thing. Another point is that you can have them around your waist for just you. It feels really beautiful and pretty when your beads are sliding up and down your waist throughout the day. Or if you have on a slinky dress and they can barely be seen. If you just like get real close, you can see them. I love those little small sexy details that aren't so overt, but they're just sensual. I think that's really beautiful. So embracing your waist is a great thing. Embracing your stomach is really beautiful to me. I have some ladies who have large booties, bottoms. What should I say?
You got a donkey booty.
Yes, and love it or want to highlight it and show it off. For those, I really recommend the backless panties. I think that's super, super cute is to do a backless panty when you have some extra curves, especially if it's hard for you to find a panty size that fits. Let's be honest. I see a lot of ladies who are like a 3X who have a hard time finding a 3X panty in general. So if you find a good one that's backless, like the ones we carry in the boutique, I would highly recommend investing in those because they're eye-catchy. There we go. Yes.
Well, on the video, I think the video that we did with Reba, I feel like they were in the box. So yes, I think they were in the box. Yes, so they were in the box. So those are there. So if you were thinking about what she's talking about, check the website. I was trying to pin. I cannot pin. I don't know what I'm doing with the pin, but
Okay.
that, listen.
Yeah, we love a backless panty with some adjustments. That's always really fun. It's really hard. That's me. I love backless panties. Yes, we love backless panties too.
Yes.
It's really a fun gift. Our number one selling gift this holiday season was a set that Reba wore. It was a backless panty and a bralette, and it came in red, and every man pretty much bought it.
What?
Yeah, every single one, girl. So I would recommend.
Wait, was that the one that she tried on that had like the nipples out?
Yes. No, it was a box set one because we got her in a picture with it. Okay. It was a box set one. Yeah.
Because I was about to say when you listen, when Reba tried it on,
Reba came out of my fitting room into the waiting room with her lingerie on to say hello to her husband and show him what she fell in love with. I loved it.
But when we took it out, and she was like, "Is it? Are they supposed to be like?" I was like, "I don't know." Yes. That Jasmine was like, "Yes."
But yes, uninhibited. Yes, Reba walked out with the coupleless bra in black lace, with pretty straps. I had to adjust for her, and she modeled it around the boutique. Yes. She's amazing. Shout out to Reba. We love you, Reba.
We do, because that was she really embodied just that sensual, sexy femininity that is hers, which I love, especially with Nicole as well. Like that, Nicole was so empowered. I just like, it was amazing.
Yes, we just put them in our pieces and they just took over. And what was great was that their personalities weren't outshone by backless panties or cupless bras. It was just part of them, like an extension of them. And I think that's the coolest and most romantic and sensual part about lingerie, is that it can just become an extension of you. It doesn't have to be the star of the show.
I love that. I love that you said that. It's not the star of the show. Because I think sometimes as women, when we know that men are visual creatures, so we put more stock into that. Like you said, like it's the first thing you said was, it's about you. It's not about, you want to take into account what he or she likes, but it stops with you. What do you like? Unless you're going to do like orange, like you said, random color. But, it really is about how you feel and what makes sense for you.
Exactly. Do you see that when you shoot?
It is so, I just had a conversation with this today about a lady, with a client, and I was telling her, because she was asking me, well, how do you, no, it wasn't with her, it was with the podcast. And she was like, how do you get women to get over being in a space where they don't want to show their body? I'm like, because I show my body. Like, I'm like, yes, we're going to do, if I'm not going live, like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have a tank top on. Let me show you, like, I'm going to put myself in these positions. And I said, so I show them me. I show them how I look in these positions. And I'm like, okay, like, even the hardest thing is to tell someone to take their hands and move it down their body. I don't know why we have such a problem with, like, just touching our bodies. And I'm just like, if you don't put your hands on your breast and push down, like push down, like push. And it's so, it sometimes it hurts me, because I'm just like, where was that disconnect with you and your body? Like, where did that happen? And that's why it's so important for us to have these conversations, because a lot of times we get into these moments where we do disconnect from our bodies. And so when we can't, get into that space where everything is one, like when you're connected to your mind, your body, your spirit, you just feel better. Like your body works better. Absolutely. And so it's always hard for me, because I'm just like, okay, let's stop. Let's take a moment. Like, why can't you touch your body? Like, why don't you feel comfortable touching your breast or moving your hands down your thighs? Like, what is the disconnect between this movement? Like, if I tell you to touch your face, you're okay. But when I tell you to touch your breast or touch your thighs, it's like, their faces are like, I'm like, nobody's watching. It's just me. Like, no, it's just me. So
what do you think it is, or what do you hear?
A lot of, since I deal predominantly, not predominantly, I just deal with Black women. A lot of it is I feel like generational things where sometimes we are told that our body is for others. So when we, and check out this conversation, I had this conversation with Reba. So when we are told that this is our body, like you can touch your body, we can't get into that headspace because we've been taught that our body is for someone else.
Yeah.
Someone else's pleasure.
Right.
And so, and Camilla, we had this conversation as well. You know, when you take agency over your body, it feels weird. It feels different. Especially if you've always been told that your body is for someone else. Like we see it in the media, you know, we see it in our videos, we see it, you know, everywhere, that we get dressed up. I had a conversation, actually not a conversation, it was a troll on my personal page saying that Black women need to be more feminine in order to catch a man. And I was like, where? 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 Wait, like where? Wait, I'm confused. Like, what does that mean? Because femininity has nothing to do with, you know, a man if you don't understand how femininity and masculinity work. They work in conjunction with each other. You have to have both to be balanced. So that's always, for me, I feel like if we don't have that within ourselves to believe that our body is ours, it's so much harder for us to wear sexy lingerie and feel powerful in that than just to go out and, you know, dress a certain way so you can get attention from the opposite sex. Or if you're not opposite sex, if you want attention from the same sex, like just to be in a space to say, this is mine.
Right.
I can do what I want with it.
Right.
And I think that's where we lose it.
I love that. I think it's all about reclaiming that agency, right? Because there's so much power that exists within us, mind, body, spirit, especially all in conjunction, all working together as one. Imagine if we were to channel that energy into forms of self-love and as opposed to nurturing other people, focusing on nurturing ourselves, and then realizing that the world around us will start to take shape because it sees that we value ourselves and we appreciate ourselves and that we're not afraid to put ourselves first at times. I think that's really beautiful. I see it in the fitting rooms too, often where I speak with women and they have, the first thing they want to tell me when we take their top off is, oh, I'm about to lose weight, or I'm working on it, I'm working out, I work out. I'm like, you don't have to tell me that. You know what I mean? Like, you're beautiful the way you are. You're healthy, you're breathing. You don't apologize.